How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. I just spent the last 3 hours analyzing the Mango savings account for you guys, so please give me a like down below just for my effort so far. Before you watch all the explanation following this, where I explain to you in detail what the Mango savings account is all about, this is kind of what your Mango savings account is like, and this is your money. You put your money in the Mango savings account, and look, when you try to take it out, ow! It kind of hurts. Because of all the fees they try to charge you. You can easily put it in, yes, but when you try to take it out, there's all these hoops you can jump through, and there's resistance in me taking it out. For example, you can only take cash out $600 at a time from the ATM. When you try to put money into the savings account, you can only put $1,700 in at the same time. Now the Mango card is sort of like a cash card reload thing, and it comes with it attached a savings account if you want to. But the card itself is kind of like a debit card. You put money into it and then you can spend out of it. And then there's a savings account that you can add on to it where you can take money out and put it in the savings account and earn high interest on. There's a $1 minimum opening for the savings part, but that's not the significant thing. You'll likely be drawn to this because they keep on advertising that you get 6% annual percentage yield every single year on this account. However, it took me 3 hours to go through all this because there's so many different little hoops that they talk about that I'm just trying to figure out how the heck do you get the most interest out of this thing for a normal person. Now I figure for anybody that's going to get this account, they're not actually going to sit there like me looking over the terms and agreement for 3 hours straight and looking at like the interest rate, where the cutoff limits are and things like that. So I'm going to try to summarize this for you in this video. This cash load card is really targeted towards lower income people, mainly because, see look, you can add cash to it at locations such as Walmart, 7-Eleven, Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS, and Kmart. Now you have to maintain a direct deposit of $800 or more into your card account, not the savings part, in order to get that 6% APY. Now what they don't really tell you on the surface is this is net deposit. If you have a direct deposit of $800 from your paycheck or something, and then you go around spending with your debit card, and then you buy like $100 worth of stuff, that means your net deposit of $700, which means you won't qualify for this 6% APY. Ow! This means that you need to deposit way more into this account than $800 because you need to take into account whatever you put in plus whatever you're going to spend. I take it that a lot of people that this card is targeted as won't be able to save $800 a month just like that. So just because of that, think about if you normally save $800 a month, then you can know if this is a good deal or not. So for example, if your direct deposit is $1,600 every single month, maybe $800 every 2 weeks, then you spend $800 a month, then in total you have $800 deposited in your account net. If you go over this spending somehow, maybe you need more money that month or something, then you won't get that 6% APY, it's going to drop down to 2%. Ow! Now here are the other hoops that I found. There's a maximum transfer of $1,700 a month from the card portion to the savings one. So what this means is that if you load, let's say $5,000 and you put it in there and you want to put it all into savings all in one day, you can't do that. You put it in the card, then you can transfer over $1,700 in one day. Then the next day you have to go and do it again. So it makes it really hard to push all that money into the savings account so you can earn money right away. So it just kind of like hoops that you have to jump through. You got to do it multiple times in order to get all that money into the savings account so it can start earning you the 6% APY. And this way is the only way to load your savings account. You can't load it directly. You have to put it in the card and then slowly put $1,700 maximum each day into your savings. There isn't a maximum transfer from your savings back into your card. So whatever you have in your savings, you can take it out really easily. It's really hard to put into your savings, but really easy to take out. So the way it's structured, it's not very conducive to saving, I think. There's a 6 withdrawal maximum per month from your savings. This is a normal limit for all savings account in the US. When you started the card, you can only put $5,000 in, and then you can put another $5,000 in, and $10,000 is the maximum limit that you can keep in that card. Now the savings portion of the card is only attached to the card. From the card, you can put it into the savings, And from the savings, you can put it in the card, but you cannot withdraw directly from the savings. There are other little fees involved here. ATM balance inquiry fee is $1. ATM withdrawal fee is $2. There's a monthly fee for using the card portion, not the savings, of $3 a month. Now over 1 year, that's actually $36 a year, which means it would eat into your 6% APY a little bit. Ow! So with all that said, I'm gonna show you how I would use this card in order to get the most advantage. But before I go into that, let me just say all these things that I'm showing you, I don't recommend to do it because there's just so many things you have to do. So many little things that you have to go back and there's like about 20, 30 operations that you have to do over the year, and you got to get every single one of them right or you might miss one of those 6% APY interest rate for the month. In this method, it also requires you to use the ATM to withdraw cash out of it. And when you do this multiple times, it gets kind of dangerous because if every single time you go to the ATM and withdraw the $600 maximum that they allow, then holding that much cash is not very safe. And if you do that, 10, 20 times, you come in and out of the ATM, you take money out and then put it in some other bank account, it's kind of dangerous. So I'm not recommending to doing that at all, but I just want to think about it and show you actually how much interest you would get if you actually do this. Now there's still something I'm a little confused about because it doesn't explicitly say in the terms that if you take money out of your card portion of this Mango account and put it in the savings, I'm not sure if that counts as part of the net deposits. So for example, if you put in $800 and you directly put $800, take it out of the card and put it in the savings right away at that same month, is the net deposit zero or is it still 800? I'm not sure. Here I'm assuming that if you take money out of the card portion and put it in the savings, it does count as a net debit, and so I don't actually take money out of the card every single month. So here you'll see what I'm trying to do over the course of 1 year. Initially, you deposit $4,739.56. The net deposit is about $800, so you gotta make sure you deposit more than $800 and whatever you spend does not make the net deposit less than $800. You can either do this or set up an $800 deposit into this account and the rest of the money goes somewhere else so you can spend that other money. Monthly fee is $3. And you can see that the first month you get 5.85% APR. APY is just 5.85 compounded over 1 whole year, and the effective rate is 6%. That's why it's a little bit bigger. So that first month you're gonna get $23.11. Right when you deposit the $4,739, you actually have to transfer $1,700 of it into the savings account 3 separate times on 3 separate days. From this point on, you just let the money in the savings account sit there for 1 whole year. Your direct deposit of $800 goes into your card account and then it keeps on doing that every single month. And you'll notice that in the card portion of the account, you're not accumulating interest. That money is just sitting dead there and you're getting 0% interest rate on that. Now you realize that no matter what you do, you have to have a net deposit of $800. No matter what you do, you're gonna start accumulating money in there, $800 more every single month. So by the end of 1 year, if you do this for every single month, you're gonna get $9,600 in there. Now, if you try to remove that net deposit of $800 every single month, you're not going to get that 6% APY anymore. So that's why I'm letting it sit there every single month and let it accumulate until the very end. Then you try to take everything out really quick so that in that month, yes, you will get 2%, but at least the next month's over, you're gonna get the 6% again. So at the end of 12 months, you really quickly try to remove all the money from your card portion of your account through an ATM. So every time you use your ATM, you can only withdraw a maximum of $600 and the ATM fee would be $2 each time. So you do this 16 times, which means you have to go to the ATM 16 separate times every single day. So for 2 weeks and 2 days, you have to go to the ATM every day. So this is not very fun and it's a lot of work, I think, so no one should really do this. Every single day you're gonna have this money, then you deposit into some real savings account. At the end of all of this, you'll notice that your total deposit is $14,339.56. You end up paying $68 of fees. You ended up getting $268.70 of interest. 11 months of it was 6% of your initial deposit. And the total value of all of this after is $14,600.01. the total interest that you earn after jumping through all these hoops, after having to visit the ATM 16 times, after having to transfer $1,700 over from your card account to your savings account, after you have to log in every single day, do it 3 times, then you get $192.45. Now I'm going to compare all this to the Synchrony Bank, my favorite one, where you just plop money in, there's no minimum, and you just get 1.05% APY. So initially you deposit the same thing, $4,739.56. Now it's this strange number because in the Mango account, if you have the 6% APY accumulated over 11-12 months, you get exactly $5,000. Why $5,000? Because if you go over $5,000, the amount on top of that in the Mango account is only 0.1%. So basically, you're not getting anything at all once you go cross over this $5,000 mark. At the end, you earn $104.28 of interest. When you compare the Mango savings account and the Synchrony Bank account, the difference is about $88. Now $88 over 20 times of transaction means every single time you go to the ATM and withdraw $600, you get about $4 each time you do this. Now I have a feeling that anybody that uses this, it's probably going to incur a lot more fees than the amount that I've shown. My verdict for this is that most people that this account is targeted for, it's not going to end up having a net direct deposit of $800. The hoops that it makes you jump through is really not worth it. Let's say I have infinite time and I want to go and do all of this just to get the $192.45, it's just not worth it. However, some employers have multiple direct deposits, so you can just funnel $800 into this Mango account. Even if you're going to guarantee that you can have a net direct deposit of $800, I still think it's not worth it because at the very end, you still have to run to the ATM 16 separate times in order to withdraw $600 each time. Just doing these cash transactions is quite dangerous. If you opt to use a debit card instead all the time and not pay the $2 ATM fee and withdraw cash instead, you're going to end up spending $9,600 from the Mango card through debit card and transaction in order to get the balance low. Now when you do this through the debit card, you're not getting any kind of cash back. If you use just the 2% cash back, you're gonna get roughly $200 back, which is kind of comparable to the $192 of interest that you're gonna earn anyway. The big point here is that when you have a net direct deposit into a card account that is not interest bearing, and at the same time, when they make the interest drop really low, if you ever take money out of it, causes things to be really hard to earn interest in your savings account portion. Ow! I know all of this is really confusing, and if you don't really follow through what I'm saying here, just trust me that this card is not good news. You should really just open up a traditional bank account and funnel that money into like a Synchrony Bank account where you get 1.05 APY over the long term, and there's no deposit limit or anything, and you can take your money out anytime. There's no ATM withdrawal fee. They're not gonna drop your APY anytime. This is just ridiculous, and I don't see anybody being able to really follow this. So will I get the Mango savings account just to earn myself $88 more, but I have to jump through all these hoops? No, I'm not going to. So I hope you enjoyed the review of this account. It's a warning rather than a real review actually. Don't forget to give me a like on this video. I did spend 3 hours reviewing the terms here, so please give me a like. Comment down below, let me know if you heard of these accounts or if you have one already. If you're interested in supporting this channel, I have an Audible link down in the video description below. I have a Patreon over here, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.